Hello once again, my name is Jonathan Rolande and I'm here on behalf of House by Fast. My colleague George is my noble assistant and he's going to ask me 3 questions that have been sent in, and hopefully he's going to be able to say them correctly this time. He normally gets them a bit wrong, and as soon as he's asked them I'm going to do my best to answer. So far away, George.
Thanks for that, mate. Next question is, First question, already messed up. I am an expat looking as a first-time buyer. Is there a different kind of mortgage I need, or what kind of mortgage do I need? No. This is from Claudia 333 on Zoopla.
Great. That may have sounded like I'm an expert looking as a first-time buyer. What George I think actually meant was expat. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, say sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, Claudia, it shouldn't make any difference at all. If you've lived in the UK a while and you are a UK citizen, then as long as you can show a track record with a salary or job or some other form of income, and you haven't got any adverse credit history or anything like that, most banks will look at that quite favourably. It's difficult for everyone at the moment. That's nice. It's difficult for everybody at the moment, but don't worry, because you know you're all in the same boat. Just go into the bank and see what they say. But the longer you've been here, the better. Just gather everything together, your passport, details of when you were overseas, etc., and go into the bank and see what they say. Remember to shop around, and if you can't get the deal that you want through a bank or building society, then go and take independent financial advice. There may be some other company that specialises in that field. Mortgages aren't exactly my thing, so what I'd suggest is that you do take better advice than mine.
Yes, obviously. Next question is, what are the rebuild costs of a 3-bed semi? This is from Zebedee on Zoopla.
Okay, Zebedee, I would say that a lot of people do get this wrong. So a lot of people think that in some way it's linked to the housing market, what the house might actually be worth. It all depends really on so I can't basically give you a figure now because it all depends on the way that your property was built. So for example, is it cavity wall, is it a slate roof, tiled roof, concrete or whatever. When you bought the property, you would probably have had a survey at that time or valuation for the bank if you took a mortgage. There would have been a figure on that survey for rebuild costs. Now what you can do is quite a simple mathematical calculation to work out when that survey was carried out and how much that rebuild cost was at that time, and then you can just add a percentage for each year ever since to arrive at today's figure. So what you should do is look out an old survey if you can, and then run it past a local surveyor and just say it was X in 2001, for example, what would it be to rebuild now? And they should give you a good idea. Your insurance company can also help on that, but I'm afraid it's nothing to do with property values at all, because these can often be higher than the rebuild cost itself. So I hope that helps a little bit. Sorry I can't give you the exact figure, but hopefully now you know where to look. Thanks very much.
Okay, I'm still awake. The last question.
Yeah, that was a long answer. And I actually didn't even give an answer.
The area in Boswell Road, is it good or bad? This is Boswell Road in B44AEH. I'm sure you don't know about the area. But
B44 is Birmingham, I think, isn't it?
Yep.
Or near Birmingham. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know the area. What I'd suggest there's some general rules of thumb that you can do if you're trying to work out a good or bad area. Go online, do your research. So if you type the postcode into Google, it will come up with statistics about the area, neighbourhood reports, things like crime statistics, things like that. That's okay up to a point. Quite a lot of the information is quite general. So what I would do is to go there at different times of day. So go there in the morning, go there perhaps when schools are finishing at 3:30 or whatever, to see if there's a load of kids hanging around or something that you might not like. Also go back there at weekends and in the evening, just to see what, for example, the parking situation's like, and you know who may be around the area. And if they're your kind of person, then that house is for you. And if not, you should be looking elsewhere. That would be my advice. Thanks very much.
That was from Sultana on Zoopla. She was also asking if, I think it's a she, do you think a terraced house is good or a semi is better?
Well, semi really is always better in that it's more expensive, so it's up to you to decide really what exactly your requirements are and how important space, for example, is as opposed to cost. Semi-detached is a bit more flexible normally. You've got a little bit of space on the side that you could extend onto, perhaps put a garage or something like that on there. It is also quite nice to have an alleyway at the side where, if you're doing gardening or if you've got children, they can walk down the side of the house rather than having to come through the house to get into the back garden. So as a rule of thumb, in the same terrace, you could probably expect to add about 15% to the cost of the property for a semi-detached as opposed to a terrace. So it's really one of those that's up to you to decide if that's worthwhile to you. Hope that helps a bit.
Okay, you have to say bye now.
Okay. I'm losing my voice. Okay, thank you very much for sending in those 3 questions. We do quite enjoy answering them, so don't hesitate to send in anything else. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much.